Yep, it's that guy. What's going down, ladies and gents? Welcome back to United USA 2020 and beyond. So, when I think about 2020, looking back, so many things that happened where it's hard for us to kind of bring ourselves to grips with all the realities that happened. And I use that term when I say realities lightly, but at the same time, not. I mean, there were so many things that happened that seemed justified and so many things that seemed like it wasn't. Um, why was it in particular with everything that was happening in 2020? Why was it that we all got censored more than any other time in our entire lives? Well, that's a question that all y'all are going to have to answer. Don't want to give them an excuse to censor me. I've already feel like I've been shadow banned, demonetized. I'm not really sure, but it definitely feels like a level of censorship. At this point, I should have thousands of subscribers, and I don't. And I hate fake news, and so that's why I do so much research. You know what I'm saying? To do the best that I can to find the information, cross-reference multiple platforms. I don't think people realize how much reading I do in a day. I mean, I literally do. Like we're talking like literally like 8 hours a day to 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours a day of reading and research and blogging and editing, hours and hours of editing. You know, you guys see me in a few minute video, but there's so much other information that I have to kind of cross reference for the interviews and the uploads to inform the public and give people another perspective. Because I hate fake news so much, I feel like I have to be my own journalist. I got to be that guy that does the best that I can to just say, hey, what is really going on? Check out this information. Take a look at this. This is something we're not clear about. But then again, there are some stories I can report on and say, you know what? I'm very clear about this. I think this gives us a much bigger, wider perspective. Um, Also, kind of coming back to the situation that we're dealing with right now with Trump, um, you know, makes me kind of think about like in 2020, all the things that happened. And Trump didn't really, he was crushing it the first 3 years, man. I'm hoping in this last 8 days he can pull a Hail Mary, between now and the 20th. And, that hopefully there's some sort of secret sting operation like the QAnon people say. But it's shown that really Trump has not fought for us at all in 2020. He didn't do anything to fight the lockdowns. Um, he let people like Dr. Burke, Dr. Fauci, and Bill Gates basically be vaccine salesmen and our spokespersons, and kept regurgitating the same information from the CDC, saying, "Well, just go ahead and follow the CDC guidelines." And so, I mean, the government knows everyone's background, but yet they let Fauci be the main spokesperson. Do your research on him. You'll see he's connected to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. That's a fact. Okay, it's a fact. So the deeper that you dig, the more you do your research, I think you're going to find that there's a lot of things that make you bring into question Trump's integrity, and it makes you bring into question Trump's decision making and why he allowed people like Dr. Fauci to be the main spokesperson during this whole circumstance that happened in 2020 with the C virus. Listen, I know so many of you are diehard Trump supporters, and I know that nobody wants to admit they're wrong. But at the end of the day, you got to realize two things. Number one is when we're wrong, we make mistakes. And number two is acknowledging something. The first step in anything to rectify is acknowledgement, and acknowledging information or acknowledging the events that took place in 2020. And people say, well, what do you mean? It's not Trump's fault that all this stuff happened. I'm not saying it's Trump's fault, but what I'm saying is, what did he do to fight for us? And the people that he put in charge to be the spokesperson for everything going on with the C virus leading up to the vaccines. Now, what does it tell you? It tells you that Trump turned into a vaccine salesperson in 2020. You know, he was crushing it the first 3 years. The economy was doing great. He was doing lots of things. 2020, everything changed. Everything got weird. And he made a lot of bad decisions. Now, I don't know why he made some of those decisions. I'm not saying, anything one way or the other right now. I'm just saying that he didn't really do that much to fight for me or you. And unfortunately, what's happening right now is I think we all need to kind of just take a good look and realize that regardless whether we'd rather Trump be president than Biden, have either of them really proved to us beyond a reasonable doubt in our hearts, in our minds, with their actions, not just their words, but their actions? Have they really proved to us that they're trustworthy? That's the question I leave to you. If you dig it, like and share it, get it out there.